All right, guys, so today on Home on the Hitch, we're going to be talking about something that you may or may not think a lot about at any given time, but that's the backup camera or rear view camera prep on the back of your RV. Well, today we've had a Furrion backup camera prep on the back of our travel trailer since we bought it new in 2018. Haven't done anything with it until today. Today, we're putting in the Haloview BT7 TPMS combo. So it's the flat screen, touch screen, reverse backup camera monitor, as well as a TPMS system built in, feature pack. So we're going to talk about all those features, specs, and what you can do with it. See if you might be interested. So Haloview sent this out for us to take a look at. Really proud that they did, because we love it. We've been on a few trips with it, and it's worked quite well. Some things you need to know about TPMS systems and their sensors though, and we're going to talk about that, so make sure you stick around today on Home on the Hitch.
Just to give you a sample of the actual audio from the camera, because the camera is equipped with a microphone so you can hear somebody behind you giving you directions. The intro was done on my lab mic, but this is the actual audio from the camera. So it's not hi-fi, but it's not that bad. You can definitely hear pretty well in the rig, so that's a good feature.
All right, guys, so yeah, we're going to be talking about this, and this is the Haloview BT7 TPMS system sent to us by Haloview, and this combines two things that are great to have into one, and that is your rear view camera. Everybody calls it a backup camera, but it's a rear view camera because it's on all the time that you're going, as well as a fully functional TPMS system that you can save like 3 vehicle setups in. So feature packed, we're going to talk about what you get. So our travel trailer is a 2018 open range, and it came with a Furrion backup prep. You may have the same exact backup prep package on yours, or you may have a different package. But what actually is that? Well, what it is a placeholder and a little bit of wiring typically that comes from the factory. So really it's a mock camera or a plate that goes up there, and they wire in a plug to your running lights, because that's how these backup cameras operate. That's where they get their power from, is when you turn the running lights on to your RV, your trailer, then it sends power to that plug and powers the rear view camera. So if you have a rear view camera and it's the daytime and you don't have your lights on, just flip your running lights on, which it's a good idea to run with those anyway, and that's going to power up your rear view camera and keep it on the entire time. So you'll remove the plate that's on there and basically plug the right adapter in, plug it in, stuff it all back in the hole, and screw it back down. Those nice rubber gasket and plate that they send you, make sure everything is sealed up nice. And you can adjust the camera up and down to the position that works best for you, gives you the best field of view for your setup. All in all, barring any issues with screws or holes or anything like that, installation doesn't take more than probably 30 minutes, if that. Most of that time is going to be finding the bit and getting the ladder out. So really easy if you've got any type of backup prep package already in there to put this. They send everything that you need in the package here. This is going to be the flat screen that comes with your system, and it is pretty nice. They're going to send you several different ways to power that up. You're going to get, of course, a cigarette lighter adapter, which is in my truck right now, and that's how we power ours. But if you don't have one of those in your vehicle, they also send you a USB power cord, and the other end, the end that goes into your monitor screen here, is just a USB-C. So that's pretty common. If anything were to happen to your power cord, it's not that hard to replace. So along with the monitor, you're going to have a couple of different ways to mount this in your rig. This is a suction cup mount for the monitor as well. They're going to give you one that comes just preloaded with a 3M disc if you want to stick it or fix it semi-permanently to your dash. We are using, I already have a disc on the dash, so we use this suction cup mount. It's worked quite well. It hasn't fallen off or anything like that. So two different ways to mount. You're also going to get in the package the Haloview's signal booster. Now this is for the TPMS system right here. All TPMS systems need some type of signal booster from way back in the back, the travel trailer tires, all the way to the unit, which is located in the front of the tow vehicle. Got to have this signal booster. These small square signal boosters are only for the TPMS system. They are not for the camera system. Concerning that, we're pretty long. Our rig is about 38 feet long, and then we have a long bed dually truck that we tow with. So we got a good bit of distance between the back of the RV where the camera's mounted and up front in the front of the truck where where the monitor sits. Now, all in all, we have not had very much signal interruption or disruption, and it's given us a very clean and clear picture. We did have a few times where it froze up and it lost the signal, but it would come back within a few seconds. Now, if you have a rig that's long like that, something you're going to get or you can get from them is the extension. And we haven't put this on yet because I've got a cord up there from the old WeBoost that I have to remove before I can install this in the same track to the front of the RV. But this basically is going to screw into the side of the antenna mount, which will mount up front on the side. It's got 3M on the back of it. It's going to mount on the side or front or roof of your RV. And it runs back and screws into the antenna port right there on your camera, and that way it brings the signal from the camera all the way up to the front of the RV. And I know when we get that put up there, since we had such good service with it already, I know we're not going to have any problems at all. They include several 3M little zip ties here in the bag, so you can zip tie the cable down. But we'll be using some sealant and stuff and some probably a Turn-A-Bond tape to help hold this down. But I've got to get that WeBoost out of the way before I can put that up there.
Let's pull the screen up here and we're going to take a look at the settings that are in here and what you can do with it. So we have over here the TPMS view. We can shut that on or off, as well as control the opacity. It's on right now. You can see kind of a miniature TPMS thing over here. If we hit that, it'll bring the full version of that up to show the trailer and the tow vehicle. We'll look at that more after a while. So we can bring that up and shut that off. So right now we have channel 1, 2, 3, and 4 there you saw. You can add up to 3 extra cameras. Channel 4 defaults as the rear view camera that we have right there. So if we hit that Q mode button, it's going to pull us up and show us all 4. You can also adjust what that shows you. If you go into the settings here, hit Q mode, say we split it up, you want to do 2 and 4 like that. If those are the cameras you have, go back, and then if you hit Q mode, it'll pull it up that way. Now let's go back. I keep it in the 4 quad mode right now. Let's see, volume over here, we can turn the mute off and you'll be able to hear the background sounds. The wind's blowing outside, so you should be able to hear that maybe, but you can hear the background sounds from outside. Turn that mute back on. Let's see, pairing, that is if you're adding extra cameras. You can add side marker cameras to replace your side markers, like on the front of your RV, which I really want to do, and gives you a view down the side while you're driving, as well as they have a front facing dash cam. I think would be pretty cool. So that's what you use pairing for. In your picture, of course, you have your brightness, contrast, color, cam LEDs. That's going to turn your LEDs on the camera for nighttime on and off. If you're trying to back in and it's later or whatever, and you need a little extra light, you can do that, but make sure you turn those off. They're not going to automatically go off. Now they will when the camera loses power, but they'll stay on until then. Mirror, pretty much just lets you mirror the image of the camera whichever way you would like to for your perspective. Again, that's the Q mode. Settings here, that's going to set your auto dim time. We can turn that off. Your NTSC or PAL, Cam trigger, that's like a motion trigger, I believe. Leave that set off unless you're sitting somewhere and using it kind of as a security camera. All right, let's see, park lines. We'll shoot your park lines here. So you can move these park lines of these controls over here. You can move them to the right and left, line them up where you want to, as well as kind of down and up, however you want to configure doing it. Let's see if I can do it here. You can also like shape these and adjust them to the angle that you would like to have. So that's a pretty good feature. So it lines up with what your picture looks like and how everything is backing in, and you can set your distances. And last but not least, you're going to have record here. We can turn, if you have record turned on, it's going to, when the camera fires up, it's going to start recording everything. You can format your little miniature micro SD card. It does not come with one. So where to go? There's record. Cover means that when the card gets full, it's just going to start recording over it, and time is your time and date. So a lot of stuff in there you can customize. One thing I really want to do in the future is to get these side marker cameras and add those to our system. So there's a lot of settings in here for you to play around with, and the picture, as you can see, is really clear 1080p. Alright, so let's turn the TPMS view back on, and what that's going to do is put this up here. There's your tow vehicle, there's your trailer, and whatever sensors you have set up, it's going to toggle through those, just flash through those as they go through, showing you the pressure as well as the temperature. If you want to see that in a bigger screen, you just pull it up like that. It'll show all sensors at that point in time, whatever you have programmed in here. Now, programming these is really easy. You can do it manually, but the easiest way to do this, and I'm going to show you how to do what we're going to cover, is how to do it with the automatic programming method. So before we look at the sensors, I'm going to explain to you what we're going to do, then we're going to go outside and I'll show you on our truck what we're going to do. But basically, you're going to auto learn, it's going to wait, and basically you screw that sensor in, and within, I think you have 10 or 15 seconds to screw that sensor in, and it will automatically pick it up and calibrate everything for you. Easiest way to do it.
All right, so let's talk about TPMS and these TPMS sensors right here. There's a couple of things that you need to know about these if you're new to like TPMS systems. There's several options out there, but if you're using external sensors, which this is the most common kind, that screw on the end of your valve stem, you need to make sure that you have all metal valve stems. So you can go to pretty much any of the tire stores where you have your tires put on your RV, ask them for steel valve stems, a couple of bucks a tire, they'll put those on for you, and they'll put them on your regular vehicle as well. I've got them on the dually because we had some issues. What happens is these sensors are very heavy. They're machined out of solid brass, so they're heavy. And the standard valve stem that comes on just regular automotive tires, or that's going to be put on your trailer tires when you go have, new tires put on your travel trailer or your fifth wheel or whatever, those are going to be rubber valve stems, just a standard pull-in rubber valve stem. Well, what happens is as that tire rotates, these weights move those valve stems around like this, and the base of them will become loose, and sooner or later, you are creating a problem for yourself where as that starts to move, it's going to start to leak and will cause low tires. Once it gets loose and loses that seal, it's no good. You have to have the valve stem changed. Ask me how I know. It's happened to us numerous times, both on the truck and on the travel trailer while we were in Alaska. Changed tires so many times I couldn't count. So this is an example of what a steel valve stem looks. It's just like it bolts in from the top and behind, and they put it into the rim. It's very stable, and these things aren't going to cause it to leak. And if you want evidence that it's actually an issue, a lot of people say that it doesn't happen, but I'm going to show you pictures of each of the 4 rims on our travel trailer, and if you look next to the valve stem, you're going to see scoring marks where these things have swung around as we were driving and scratched the rims. That's how much they can move when you're going down the highway at 50 or 60 miles an hour when they start to get loose, and it's going to cause your tire to overheat. It'll cause it to blow if you're unlucky.
We had to change tires several times because of it, and it's not the only time that's ever happened to us. So public service announcement, if you're going to be using a TPMS system and you're using these valve stem sensors, which these are, like I said, are the most common and they work great, make sure you have your valve stems changed to all metal valve stems if they're not. Because you are asking for problems if you don't. We don't have these sensors. I've got everything on the truck. We don't have these sensors on the travel trailer yet because I don't have steel valve stems on there yet. So just like pretty much every other TPMS system on the market requires some type of signal booster to get the signal from the sensors on the tires up to the unit in the front of your tow vehicle, or either in the front of your Class A or Class C, whatever it may be. These are not optional. This is something that you're gonna have to put on. So travel trailer, fifth wheel, usually kind of puts, these come with 3M on the back of them. You can attach these to the frame, up under the A-frame in a travel trailer right up front, hook it into the battery. It comes with some small battery clips on there. If you want to cut those off and hardwire it in, you can. On the front, you'll have a little, I don't know if you can see it, you'll have a little signal light and a power light that will light up when you get those put in. If you have a super long rig, you may have to have more than one of these. Have one mounted on the frame back close to the axles and one mounted to the front of the frame, front of the RV, to make sure you have a good signal path all the way up, because the signal coming out of these things isn't that strong and it's not going to travel that far. So these are not optional. You've got to get these installed to put these TPMS sensors on your travel trailer, and that goes for any system. So installing these on your vehicle once you got the metal valve stems is super easy, and what I'm going to show you is the automatic learn feature. Like I said, you can go through the manual and program them manually if you want to, but this is just super easy. So you're going to unscrew, now you're going to get 6 sensors, and they send you batteries as well. So we're going to unscrew the top of the sensor. Battery just kind of slides right in there. These are CR1632s, and screw the top back on just like so. That's pretty much it. I've got this set up here, so hopefully I can film it, but you can power this up with the USB-C cord that comes with it and just a small power bank. And you're going to bring this out to the vehicle, and I am going to program this driver's side front tire. All right, so I've got the sensor right here, and I am going to program this driver's side front. I'm going to go over here to auto learn, click that, and screw this in. Still waiting. Boom. So there it pulls it up, and based off the pressures that are in the tire, they're at 70 cold. It's going to go ahead and assign a high pressure of 84, low of 59. You can change any of these anytime you want to, so just keep that in mind. And it's got your high temp warning set at 158. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can move over a little bit and program the passenger side front. All right, so I've moved over to the passenger side front side so I can be as close as possible. We've got the second sensor. I put the battery in it, screwed the top back on. So I'm gonna move over to that and auto learn. As soon as it starts saying waiting, hopefully I can get that screwed on in time. And it should be, there it goes. All right, so it really doesn't get much easier than that, than to auto program all of your sensors. And it just takes a couple minutes to get it done. So yeah, that covers pretty much the basic settings for the camera and the display, all the things you can do with that, as well as the setup of the TPMS. So I hope this helps out. We're gonna have a link for this product on the Haloview's website. It's gonna be in the description below as well. You can also pick this up from Amazon. There's gonna be an Amazon link in the description as well below. As always, guys, thanks for joining us here on Home on the Hitch. We love you guys. Take care of each other, love each other, make every moment count. We'll see you next time, guys.